They played Van's Warped Tour, toured Europe, lost a van full of gear, but still built a catalog that lives in the margins of the main stage. And the deeper you look, the more surprising their story becomes. Welcome to the Z Frequency Spotlight, the weekly deep dive where we unpack artists who are doing something interesting with sound and strategy. I'm Zach Davis, the host of the ZHC podcast and the voice behind Z Frequency. Today we are spotlighting a band that's equal parts acoustic craftsmanship and punk attitude, Larry and His Flask. Larry and His Flask are a post-American rock outfit from Redmond and Bend, Oregon. A band that blends folk punk, bluegrass, ska, and punk rock into high-energy acoustic arrangements. The band formed in 2003, originally as a three-piece punk band led by the Marshall Brothers. In those early years, they self-released records and toured regionally, leaning into a party-over-perfection punk ethos. Around 2008, they made a radical pivot, switching to acoustic instruments, adding mandolin, banjo, upright bass, horns, and multi-part harmonies. That shift culminated into their 2011 full-length album, All That We Know, the record that introduced their acoustic punk hybrid to a wider audience. They've been road-tested, full runs on the Vans Warped Tour in 2011, tours across Canada and Europe, support slots with Frank Turner and Dropkick Murphys. Those stages helped them translate street corner energy into festival-ready performances. They've also weathered real setbacks. In 2014, the band had a van and gear stolen while they were on tour. A reminder of how fragile touring life can be, but they kept going. My first real hook came from Ebb and Flow, off their debut album, All That We Know. The opening hits like a jolt. Banjo and mandolin racing, upright bass anchoring, and the harmonies that feel both raw and meticulously arranged. It's the kind of song that grabs you instantly and doesn't let go. A second track I keep coming back to is Pandemonium, from By the Lamplight. It's a study in dynamics, quiet verses that explode into horn-driven choruses. Those two songs show the band's range, from scrappy street punk to fully realized acoustic orchestration. Their most recent studio release was Everything Besides back in 2019, but the bigger story is their return to live performance in 2026. They announced 3 shows in March to celebrate their 15-year anniversary of their debut album, All That We Know, marking their first shows in 7 years. That comeback is being run through their Marshall Music Hub. If you're tracking their catalog, start with All That We Know from 2011, then By the Lamplight from 2013, This Remedy from 2018, and Everything Besides from 2019. Each record shows a different facet of their acoustic punk identity. What makes Larry and His Flask so compelling is how they use acoustic instruments with the intensity of a full-blown rock band. Banjo, mandolin, upright bass, horns, all hitting with urgency, but never stepping on each other. There's space, there's energy, and there's a wild sense of motion in everything that they do. Listen for the tight, rhythmic interplay between upright bass and snare, the way the horns punctuate rather than dominate, the vocal parts that function as both melody and rhythm. You can find Larry and His Flask on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and their official store at marshallmusic.com. All of the links are in the description. Larry and His Flask challenge simple categorization. Acoustic doesn't mean mellow. Folk instruments can carry punk urgency. They're a reminder that music can be loud without being electric, and intense without being aggressive. If you want music that's handcrafted, kinetic, and a little bit dangerous in the best way, start with Ebb and Flow and Pandemonium. Then go deeper. Next week, Matt takes over the spotlight. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Support the band by streaming their tracks, buying their merch from Marshall Music, and catching a show if they're playing near you. And follow Z Frequency Spotlight and the ZHC podcast for more artist deep dives.